First in our series of firearms training is going to be tactical response for a couple of reasons. Mostly because I want to do them in chronological order. We've been building the websites for decades now, and in 2006, about halfway through the year, we met some guys, and one of the guys was an instructor with tactical response, and they had a class later on that year here in Arizona. So was invited to review the class for the websites. Of course, we jumped at the chance, and that was this one. We have an article for it. Again, click on training, dig back. It was September 2006, so it's quite a while ago. Up at the Casa Grande police range, they had a fighting pistol. It was a 2-day fighting pistol. So for 2 days out in the desert, learning how to shoot defensively. And it was my first experience with defensive pistol classes like this. Of course, they've been going on for years. This was the first time we had the opportunity to go out and check them out, and it really was started a whole new direction, at least for me. I had already had a CCW. I took it a lot more seriously, though, after attending a class like this. Owning a guitar doesn't make you a good musician. Having a driver's license doesn't make you a race car driver. Owning a gun doesn't make you a gunfighter. And this class really was a glove to the face, a slap in the face. Hey, you're not a gunfighter. Look at what you don't know. And I think that's the biggest thing I took away from the class was there's a whole world of stuff out there you don't know. And if anything I took away from that first class, it was that you'll never stop learning. There's always something out there that you don't know, the next level, the next level. And it really got me interested in shooting defensively like this. This was a fairly economical class at the time. 2 days, $400. Might seem like a lot. You also have to factor in ammunition, gas getting to the range, and food. But for what you take out of a class like this, that's nothing. That's nothing. So couldn't be more impressed. Their instruction was excellent. The facilities are great. Out here in Arizona we do have some good ranges, but they have their own ranges back in Tennessee. Check out their website for schedules. And they're one of the training organizations that move around. They're not going to train just in one place. So while they have a home base in Tennessee, they also do training probably in your neck of the woods. This was I think a Friday and a Saturday class, and then, or maybe that was a 2-day Thursday Friday class, because then Saturday and Sunday they then had a force-on-force class. So in September 2006, we again had the opportunity to review their force-on-force class, and we actually, since we were there, we actually helped out by being victims and bad guys. And this was my first experience with force-on-force. It was my first experience with UTM, which is a training munition. It was my first experience with hands-on, seeing what it's like, and seeing what it's like to get shot and shoot other people. And again, there's hands down, there's a couple of times in my life where I can say that's where I stopped, realized there was a need to change course, and changed course. And this class was that course change for me. So it was again a great class. Knowing how to draw and shoot at a cardboard target is nothing like shooting at another person. Using a non-lethal in a very safe environment like this, there's nothing to match it. Being taught by professionals is nothing like just a bunch of guys going out and playing paintball. So tactical response was our first introduction to firearms training. They'll always be one of our favorites. I can't say enough. If you have a chance to take a tactical response class, take it. I'll just, in closing, just mention that their tagline here is Mindset, Tactics, Skill, and Gear. And they'll tell you in the class it's in that order. They train the person, the brain, and don't rely on the gear. Your brain and your tactics, you train till you've got skill, then you worry about what gear. So they really have their heads screwed on straight. They really know what works. I'm not going to try to brag. They're not my best friends. I don't know them personally, but I do want to give them credit where credit's due. They got us started in the firearms training. Unfortunately, they just haven't been out to Tucson to do training. I'm sure that if they did, we'd review their class and we'd be just as impressed. It's just that I can't honestly say that I've done more training with them than that first initial training in 2006. I've heard very little but good things about their classes from their alumni, and I know a lot of guys that have taken their classes and they're good shooters. So first in our series here, not in any order, but we're not ranking these in any kind of order, but you can't go wrong with Tactical Response. They're out of Tennessee. It's tacticalresponse.com. Couldn't be easier to find them. We'll have a link in our sidebar, and feel free to take a look at our reviews of their classes from 2006, but definitely jump on the internet, type in Google Tactical Response After Action Reports, and you'll get responses from all kinds of students that appreciate their classes and their training.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.